going round, I've had the opportunity to go around the whole, about 13 regions.
You went to 13 regions?
Yes, already.
For a man of 60...
Yeah.
60 what? 62?
3.
Hey, you're a strong man.
13 regions, thank you. And when I got to Volta region, I was shocked. What we can do in Volta region, you have no idea. The land, the water bodies. My brother, let me tell you.
Tell me.
We have, myself, my partner, we have a cassava starch factory at Atibubu Mountain that we, Prime Chief, gave us 125,000 acres land. We've cultivated 30,000 acres of cassava, and we are producing 300 tons starch at Atibubu. And this month ending, definitely the new one at Prime, 200 tons. You see, the land in Volta region is more suitable for cassava and sugarcane even than the Bono East. Yeah, I see this land and I'm shivering. So what? Do we have leaders in this country? Including NDC, MPB. I've been joking with my...
Why are you trying to equalize? You're going for an MPP primary. You're mentioning NDC.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Volta region is dominated by NDC MPs.
Okay.
So when I went back there, I called my friends from Volta and I said, you know what? When I win, I'll put all of you on the table and lash you. Because the gift God has given to you, and you are not using this. Even yesterday at the committee, when I heard the lady was interviewing this day, we took a decision yesterday on the ECOWAS.
No, I'll ask you that.
Then, the Constitution and Legal Committee, the ranking member is from Adaglu. And I told him, my brother, you are sitting on gold, not this galamsey thing. The land
you mean
have,
Roxanne Nelson or who?
Yeah. The land you have, the water bodies, if we do irrigation, 5 northern regions, Afram Plains, Accra Plains, plus Volta region, can feed the whole Africa. Yeah, I mean it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We heard all this from Nanado before 2017.
Let me tell you something. You are right making mention of Nanado.
Because he gave us vision and the vision hasn't materialized.
That's what I'm saying. You are right because maybe you are disappointed. The things he said, you have not seen anything. Because I also experienced something that we went to Koforidua for a meeting and I told one minister that, look, when you cross Tema toll booth here, okay, just look on your right. The squatters using these pipes for irrigation, the vegetables. Then when we are coming from Tema Ashama, look on your right.
The plains.
Right. 365 days, because there's this big gutter there that they can collect water. 365 days, they are growing maize. So we have to irrigate most of our lands in this country. And that day, the answer from the minister, I just packed my files and left. He said irrigation is expensive. I said,
which minister was that?
I won't say anything.
Which minister?
I won't.
Are you talking about Dr. Akuto?
I won't say anything.
The former Greek minister?
I won't say anything.
He told you, what did you say he said again?
The minister said irrigation is expensive.
Dr. Akuto said irrigation is expensive.
I have not mentioned anybody's name. You same person, you will tell me I'm attacking somebody. So I've not mentioned anybody's name. Right. But the person said irrigation is expensive. I say, Jesus Christ. That person who said irrigation is expensive is thinking of short run and not long run effect.
Okay.
You see? So, my brother, if I have 125,000 acres and I've cleared 30,000 acres, and you say I cannot, let's go to the north. You know, one simple thing, they call something tama, they share not the fruits. The first time I tasted it, I asked them, so why don't we have tama fruits here? My brother, everywhere, all the 5 regions, they share not.
You saw resources, natural resources that you can use to develop.
Yes.
Don't you think that it's now time for us, bipartisan, MPP, NDC, all the rest of the party, for us to have a national plan?
I agreed. I agree with you 100%. You know, initially I said politics has polarized the system. That's what I meant. So we need bipartisan. But this bipartisan, I don't need myopic thinkers. Read my lips.
You mean those you are contesting with, their myopic?
No, you say bipartisan. And I'm saying that, yes, we need bipartisan. Meaning NDC, MPP, CPP, anybody who has the nation at heart should come on board. But I, Ohene Agyapong, if I'm the president, I don't want any myopic thinkers. Because I dream big, and we have to move this country. Time is not on our side. So don't come and tell me, Nyamibeye, God will do what God will do. God has given us brains. He has created us a superior being over all his creations. And therefore, I think we need big dreamers, thinkers, that can move this country. And loyalty is key. People who love this country, people who will not take Ghana resources outside to another country.
If you do an analysis of the telecommunications sector, you even take banking. After Ken Ofori-Atta collapsed the banks, and then we have the telecommunications sector now dominated by foreigners instead of Ghanaian-owned entrepreneurs or shareholders. It has put us at risk. I have heard you many commentary before today wail over or cry over this present situation. How do we remedy that?
Asia Miracle.
Which is what?
Asia Miracle. What they did with Hande, Sanyo, and all those, what they did was that they identified businessmen who are into business and having challenges. They called them to a table, round table, and asked of their challenges and decided to help them. And the help they gave, whatever amount of money that the government gave to them, especially Korea, they took shares. The government became a shareholder in the business. So now you can call it PPP.
What?
PPP.
Which is what?
Private-public partnership. Okay. But here, the PPP doesn't work because government does not go into contract or agreement with the investors and say that we are taking shares. Whatever money that we are giving, we are taking shares. You take shares to have control so that they will not misuse the money. That kind of discipline is what we need.
To transform?
Yeah, to transform. Okay. The Asia Miracle. And that is what I believe in. That Asia Miracle. Whatever we do in this country, we cannot allow only foreigners to have money. It's dangerous to the survival of our economy. So we need to promote Ghanaian business. But my brother, let me tell you the truth. We are also our own enemies.
How so?
Yeah, because of dishonesty.
I see.
I can tell you, if you like, go and check Commercial Bank, Exim Bank, the amount of money that has been given to these Ghanaian businesses for one district, one factory. Go and check. When you do that, do you expect any government to come back and give you money again?
Okay.
Even when we started Parliament, they had something like Japanese grant.
The JICA one.
Right. They didn't pay the money. They didn't have any companies. So that is why I'm saying that we are our own enemies. That is why I'm preaching patriotism, honesty, and discipline. Anybody, the Asia Miracle, let me explain it well to you. When they give you money, the money will not be handed over to you. But if you want equipment to boost your company, you give them the source of the...
Like the way the Chinese do, for example.
Then they'll send the money directly to the company. So when you give them 3 months, that the materials or machines will arrive in 3 months. The 4th month, they'll be there to inspect if the machines are in. If you give them an excuse, then they'll give you another, if you say 3 months, they'll give you another 4 months. The 4th month, if they come and you have not done it, or you've not received it, they took the whole thing from you and give it to another person. That instilled discipline in those entrepreneurs.
You know my conclusion. You seem to be a man of principle. You know what to do, etc. But you were there. Your colleague, Cecilia Bernadapa, was keeping stash of US dollars, euro, while Abochis at airports were being arrested through the Bank of Ghana, etc. Why is it that you don't advise your colleagues to do what you do?
How would I advise my colleagues if I don't know that he has this money there? My brother, how would you advise? They look a picture of innocence and they pretend they don't even have a dime. So how would I know that he has touched this amount of money for me to advise or him? I'm not capable and I don't have any information. And you see, right from onset when we started, you kept mentioning you have this, you have that. And because of my honesty, a lot of people will keep all these things from me because they say Ohene Agyapong is a loud mouth. Whatever he sees, he can't keep it. So such a person, will you even go and tell him that you have $100,000? So I'm not in a position to know what.
When this became big news, the Cecilia Dapa Gate,
right,
or the scandal,
right,
when you were on the tour, what did you make of it? As an experienced legislator, an experienced politician and a businessman.
You see, whether we like it or not, it's going to affect MPP. I'll speak the truth. I'm fair. When Victoria Hammer mentioned that if she makes $1 million, she's going to do A, B, C, D. Look at how Ghanaians chastised her. So the one who just said, if I get, and the one who has it. So it's a big problem. We cannot run away from it. We cannot. I'm telling you the truth. Whatever they're watching and listening, I know there'll be backlash, but God knows I've spoken the truth.
Perhaps it will not affect MPP if you are elected.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you are a member of the Defense and Interior Committee.
Right.
Why have you decided to side with the executive, to send our innocent troops to go and so-called restore democracy in Niger?
You see, you use our so-called. No, such words are harsh.
Coming from you, that's a novelty.
No, it's
but
not.
You use harsher words.
It's not. It's not. You see, when I use such words, it means I'm reciprocating action. Are you reciprocating action?
No, I'm just quoting.
Yes. You know, yesterday we sat on it. My brother, the security of this country is very, very important. If we make a mistake and we allow coup d'etats all over West Africa, tomorrow it will be me and you. And the first thing, two of us will go to jail first before anybody. One, they'll dissolve. The word is dissolve parliament. They will arrest journalists. Check all the coups. You see, so the security of this country is very, very important. And no matter the amount of money, prevention is better than cure. Prevention will not cost you as much as you are curing it.
There's Boko. We never quell the insecurity that we're going to Niger.
You see, we have obligation as ECOWAS members. And you cannot run away from it. We have obligation because, in fact, the second most important country in West Africa is Ghana. I've been an ECOWAS member before. So it's an obligation. And this, yesterday I posed the question and answered it myself. Why is it that Burkina, Guinea, and Mali, we didn't go there, and now we are going to Niger?
Okay.
Again, I gave a solution to it that this should serve as a deterrent because it's becoming rampant. Coup d'etat is becoming rampant in ECOWAS. So we should use Niger to serve as a deterrent that anybody who tries again, ECOWAS will come after him. And this is not the first time.
All right.
We've done that in Liberia, Sierra Leone. We've done that in Gambia when Yahya Jammeh said he was not going to hand over power and all those things.
All right. Please get me that insert in which he was wearing a shield.
Holding for 18 years. I got confirmed granite chronophobia. What the year court. Meanwhile, on no comma, in my children, Oko producing documents comes here. Now, would you ever fake documents in the crowd? He has gone to court. Why am I boof? The lawyer wrote the thing on the 5th of August. And was appearance here 13th. I didn't get anything. Now, on the 1st of September, more than injunction, you are a stupid judge. I will face you. You are a stupid judge. Who persuaded you? You are a stupid judge. Yes. 18 years that I've had the land.
Wow.
Mr. Ohene Agyapong.
Yes.
I can imagine you being president, threatening the judge, and you threaten the judge, not even yet a president. Why are you threatening judges? Journalists, judges?
Are you saying that if you're a judge, it means you have 100% judgment and you are right and you can do anything? Is that what you are saying? You keep saying journalists, journalists. Do the right thing. Do the right thing and nobody will mention your name. Am I saying every journalist? I say some journalists. But you lump all of you together and say journalists, journalists, journalists. You see, with all due respect, judges don't have absolute control. There should be checks and balances. If you listen to the import of what I am saying, if not because I'm angry, and I know you the way you are asking questions, if you go through this dilemma, you do worse things than what you've shown to me. I've owned this land for 18 years. Let me tell you, there's a Lebanese guy called Kamoni. I was in Kumasi, this particular land. I've walled it. There was a building on it. I didn't like it and I demolished it. So I asked a guy to stay there. He's been there for the past 12 years. Could you believe that I was in Kumasi and the Kamoni and some soldiers, they were wearing military uniform, whatever, they went there. When they went there, the guy on the land said, no, the land doesn't belong to them. It belongs to Honorable Ohene Agyapong. Let me call him. He called. And I said, oh, let me talk to him. He refused to talk to me. So I came back. And they brought land guards there. I went there. And when the land guards saw me, said, oh, no, this man is a nice man. We can't do that. They have sold the land to him for $1 million.
And so you had to insult the judge?
Hold on. Now I'm coming. I'm giving you background. So this case, over. Then another group also goes out there. You see the loopholes in our system, the law, we have to change it, some of them. You cannot say that I go to court and report that you have done this, and no investigation, nothing. You go and stop me from what I'm doing. Please. Are you saying they are judges and they are 100% right?
So that's why you insulted the judge?
Yes. Because 18 years, nobody even called me to say anything. And you know what they do? It is not even the judge. That's why I apologize to him.
Okay.
The judge will give the orders. The bailiffs, instead of giving the thing to me, they will not. They will delay, they will delay, they will delay, and go back to the court to tell the judge that we didn't see him, we didn't do that. Then finally, they go and put it there. So when I went through it after my anger and everything, I went there. Then I realized the bailiffs are in connivance with those people who want to take the land.
Okay.
You see, but...
So you retracted?
Yeah, I apologized to him when I realized it was coming from the bailiffs.
All right.
And
all right. Hold your fire. I see that you are pumped up. Don't worry.
No, I'm cool.
Please play the next insert.
I'm cool.
And Dr. Mwakuba, listen to me here. Me, I don't like people like that, honestly. I have vowed not to insult. Can never blast the beer. Agyapong. Chief of staff called me. I went there. Said, now this is what she's saying. I swear my mother's grave. Chief of staff gave me 120,000. Deposited in Agyapong's Fidelity Bank account. Please, Amwakuba, what do you know?
Honorable Ohene Agyapong,
Yeah.
this money, is it USD, Ghana Cedi? We've been wondering since.
Ghana Cedis.
You've changed the figure from USD to
I
Ghana
mean, did you hear me say $120,000?
I'm asking a question.
No. You played it. So I want to know, did you hear? We're all watching.
Okay.
Did you hear me say $120,000?
Mr. Ohene Agyapong, we come back to the issue of you, the politically exposed persons, the leading politicians, the elite of our country, hoarding cash. You transact cash hand to hand, etc. It's not good for the country, right? For the economy. You're a businessman, you should know that.
Yeah. You see, those who deal in cash, I'll be honest with you, if they are politicians and they are dealing in cash, because I've been a businessman for so long, they know I have a lot of businesses. And therefore, whatever money I have, I can take it to the bank. Those people who are keeping cash, before they became ministers or chief executives or whatever, were they able to have that amount of money? So if they take it to banks, and these banks, they leak a lot of information, that, oh, this chief executive has this amount of money. Oh, this minister has this amount of money. You know, those things. So maybe they decide to keep it at home for people not to, see what they have or whatever. So I cannot speak for them, but I take my money to the bank all the time. I do bank transactions. I can give you all the names of the bank that I do transactions.
You have nothing
with.
to hide.
Nothing.
If you were...
But you played this Agyapong's thing.
You want to put it into perspective for us. We know the issue.
But you didn't talk about it.
No, I wanted to know the currency. Because of the way the dollar is done. I thought it was US dollar.
The 120,000.
But you took the US dollar and replaced it with Ghana Cedi.
120,000.
Okay, so we're trying to wind up this conversation. It's also live, not only on TV3, but also 3FM, 92.7. My colleague, Johnny Hughes, do you know him? Johnny Hughes, you don't know him. You showed his picture on Net 2 before. So I want to ask you, why again, he's a journalist, so that's why.
Who is John Hughes?
John Hughes. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I want to take a couple of...
What was the reason?
Well, I think it was one of your programs. Amama Gold, and I'm on the stream. Amama Gold says, this is just another Adodankwa Akufo-Addo in a different form. You dispute that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Amama Gold, he disputes that. Frimpong Newton says, this is not the time for who said. Ghana is in crisis and we need someone to rescue the nation, since coup is not the option. He seems to think that you are the person. If you have to rate the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, 0 to 10, what will be your rating?
6.
That's failure.
Well, 6 is above average.
Yeah.
It's not fail. You haven't failed. 6 is above average. But let me be fair to him too. Now you see...
6 over 10.
Yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't need explanation. That's okay.
No, but let me...
No explanation.
No,
let's move on. Don't
no,
worry.
I wanted to tell you something.
My colleague, John Hughes, please put his picture. You showed him on Net 2. You remember? You don't, eh?
I don't remember.
Okay. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Johnny, please forgive him. Now...
No, I showed his picture that he did what?
It was one of your programs. It was one of your programs. Now. Okay. So, Money says, I should ask you, why is it that, why have you not supplied all street lights you were supposed to supply in your contract? Which entity do you have a contract with?
Ohene Agyapong. You see, when you do diabolic things like this, and I put you in your right position, then you say Ohene Agyapong is rude.
Okay.
This falsehood. Go to Yoko. I have even supplied the street lights in excess of 2,400. You know why? When the manufacturers are shipping because there can be breakages, they give you extra. And once it's in the name of Ministry of Energy, you can't take it out. So if you are fortunate and not even one gets broken.
Did he do the supply, sir?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
And they owe me.
How much do they owe you?
Minister, I won't tell you, but Minister of Energy owes me if I didn't do this.
Does it mean that you make your money largely from government procurement or contracts?
I have a lot of businesses. My brother, let me tell you.
That's a very vague response, Mr. Ohene Agyapong.
Look, even rent alone in this country, I make over $800,000 rent a month. $800,000 rent a month after withholding taxes. So now that I'm not doing any contract, am I not Ohene Agyapong? So please, these kind of things.
You made comments before for which you were taken to the police that guns and LS, they should be, is it clubbed or beaten or killed? Explain that incident to me.
Thank you. That's the treason. Let me tell you. Honorable Eslausu, Honorable Abujinapo, and there's one gentleman called Muhammad at Aboso-Kan area there. They went to Neil Lante's Vanderpoy's constituency and they were beaten. The next day, they went to all Kantamanto Akan shops.
Dominator shops.
Yeah, dominator shop and looted. Then, what broke the camel's back was a gentleman today, I can mention his name because he's no more with Gokobot. He's called Solomon. He used to work at Gokobot. So Solomon from Nkonya came with 4 other guys, there were 5, to my house. That the chiefs in Nkonya and Biakuye beat the gongon and asked miners to go and register to vote. And they resisted, and they are beating MPP people in Volta region. So Solomon came to my house. I was in Tema. All these things, I said it in Tema, not the studio. So when he gave me the information, I said, let me call Oman FM for you so that you can put it on there. Then he said, please, I want you to speak on my behalf because I work at Kokobot. If they hear my voice today, they'll sack me from Kokobot. That's Professor Mills' time. So whatever I said was what Solomon Donko repeated, told me. Then I added Greater Accra. I said, if you think Greater Accra is your stronghold and we are beating Akans, if you think Volta region is your stronghold and we are beating Akans, then Ashanti region is also our stronghold. If you don't stop, we'll also beat Gans and Ewes. This is what I said. And within an hour, this media.
But you shouldn't have said that.
Why not?
Because it's a localized issue. Then you make statement that seem to nationalize an issue.
You see, you have to be fair to everybody. MPP people are also human beings. MPP, they are human beings. But to tell you that today, if anything happens like that, I will not even say it.
Because now you have changed.
Not that I've changed, but I've learned
you
my
are
lesson.
changing.
No, I've learned my lesson.
Because you want to be president.
No, I've learned my lesson because the people that I fought for do not even appreciate. And this has become albatross. If I had died, because if they charge you treason, it's very serious. But when they played the tape in court, severally, they brought Institute of Journalism for them to come and translate it and everything. There was nothing. That is why I was set free.
That's your camera. Speak to your delegates. I give you 30 seconds.
Right.
Appeal to your delegates. Look directly into the camera.
Right.
The camera there.
No, all I can tell my delegates is that it's enough is enough. The theories is enough. Let's give somebody who has pragmatic ideas to move this country. The only solution to our problems is to create employment for the youth of this country. And that is what I stand for. check my track records. My track records clearly indicates that Ohene Agyapong is for the youth. Ohene Agyapong is for employment. And anybody who does not work in life has no life. So job, job, job. And that is Ohene Agyapong. I want to create job opportunities for Ghanaians, businesses, and employ the youth that are coming.
When you were in opposition, you said you jail Ibrahim Mahama. You haven't jailed. Somebody said I should ask you.
You know, if
Ibrahim Mahama,
right,
the business magnate.
Right.
Is he your friend?
Yeah, he's a friend, but I always speak the truth. If you do something wrong...
You've not jailed him?
No, let me tell you. The level of dishonesty and our culture, that's why we have to change some of our cultures, the attitude. You know, I took Ibrahim to court. He paid 14 million Ghana cedis. Do you remember? Hey, you are a fine gentleman. You are very intelligent. Don't keep quiet. Do you remember?
Make your statement.
You know, he was not paying duties on his machines that he was clearing at the port, even on Sundays, because his brother was the president. I challenged him. I gave evidence. And Ibrahim Mahama went to court to pay 14 million. So what have I done to the nation? And he went out there begging. So I'm surprised that President Mahama is saying that I've not been able to jail his brother when they went behind, were big chiefs coming to beg for him.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for passing. I've enjoyed the interview. I hope that you come the last round before.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. If you're not able to come before the election, when you are elected to the presidential candidate of the MPP, come let's have a conversation.
You'll be the first person I'll invite.
Thank you. You're a nice man, apparently. Please make sure you get interactive. As always, we have 3FM 92.7, TV3 Ghana, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Threads. Well, as you know, we're going to have this uploaded on those platforms, but also give you snipers of great content as we have it right here on TV3 New Day as well as on 3FM. We'll conclude with this, a sneak peek into the past, taking an insert from the young Ohene Agyapong in his 40s.
What the opposition is saying is right, but because it's your party's agenda, they whip all of us to go and vote. So sometimes, if you are not strong enough, you might vote without thinking, because that is the agenda.
But you don't have a choice anyway. I mean, you just said that, I mean, you don't have to think. You have to do it because they ask you to do it.
Well, but you should ask yourself, what we are being asked to do, is it the right thing?
But does that happen? That's my